Vitality has just achieved one of the greatest years in Counter-Strike history. 9 trophies, with 2 being back-to-back major wins, and also a 30-match win streak to boot. A year so dominant it can only be rivaled by that of the 2018 year of Astralis, who would bring home a total of 10 trophies, and one of them being a major. Most certainly a year that will be remembered for years to come. But how did we get here? And how did a team that was on a downward spiral in 2024 go on such an historic run?
The smoke is exposed, Flames is vulnerable. Just a FAMAS to Apex's name, as reality is starting to feel like a problem. Mono is collapsing, one by one! No longer fantasy! The reality, a fairy tale! FaZe Clan 2 frags away from knocking out Vitality, who up until today did not taste defeat, did not feel it. A sour taste in Spinks' mouth as he needs to clutch up just to keep his team in it. No time, no hope. FaZe Clan, truly miracle run in Shanghai, no less, the major playoffs, and they knock them out again.
They told us they had an extra gear and they delivered. They weren't lying. They have set up a semi-final against G2. Vitality are done in China.
Vitality would end the 2024 year with a bit of a whimper, falling into quarters to FaZe, sending them out in the first round of the playoffs. A terrible year for Vitality, only claiming 1 trophy compared to the 5 from the prior year. Something had to change. The answer for this came with Spinks getting sent to the bench, and Rops from FaZe was looking to take his place. This one singular change would take a struggling team and completely turn them around. With Rops joining the team in January of 25, Vitality was looking for that fresh start. New roster, new me type beat. Rops, who had been donning the FaZe jersey for the last 3 years, was questioned by the community, wondering why he would leave a team that had had 2 major grand final appearances for a team that throughout 2024 was struggling. Fans of Vitality, though, were excited to be able to have Rops and ZywOo play side by side. 2 legendary players on one team is always an exciting time. But the dream, it'd take a little to spoil up. Blast Bounty would be the first tournament this new roster would attend. Fans were hopeful of the potential of this roster. At that LAN, Vitality would go up against Eternal Fire, and it wasn't pretty. A quick 2-0 sweep from EF saw the team once again out in the first round of the playoffs.
But Mezzi, the guy who's been infallible on this side of the map, falls first to open up this final round. White Cadia steamrolls ahead, plucked out of the round by ZywOo. But Vitality, this is uncharted waters. They've got to do it a man down in the retake. This Behold has not faltered. It's not falling apart yet. And in the final round of regulation, it might all fall apart. ZywOo late on the rotate after a missed jump. Xantares aggressive, pushed up at the market. There's the lineup for Xantares. The fires that fuel Madge's war machine continue burning. And the final flames for Vitality fan out as Eternal Fire secure the semi-final and the $63,000 from the head of Vitality. The new season starts slow for this new look Vitality squad.
Was Vitality just doomed to have a repeat of 2024? Even with this subpar performance, the overall outlook was still positive. This was a team with some amazing firepower in its roster, with a vet IGLing at the helm. There was no time for grief though, as the big one was right around the corner.
They become the device. Become the Nico. Become the symbol.
IEM Katowice. This was the first real test for Vitality. Spirit were the favorite to win, coming off of their victory at Blast and their major win in Shanghai a couple months prior. The only thing for Vitality to do was to lock in, play their game, and that's exactly what they did.
Vitality and on cross, Shiro hasn't connected. They will get across. Time-sensitive mission. Dogs D does 4, and they could still lose the round. He has the kill, has the smoke. It's an ult for Shiro. This gets awkward. This gets really awkward, really quick. He's spinning around him. Painted circles. The hand, more than a hand, takes 2. Mezzi, God, Flames the same. Hang on a second. Robs's Galil's done work, and now Apex's P250 chips in.
Bomb's loose.
Can he pick up the bomb? It's really high priority, but he knows he's got to be patient. The smoke actually does give him a chance, but he doesn't want to overcommit to this. Good damage into Magix, and still Shiro hits it. Apex, he's set for success. 15 seconds, can he stay composed? Oh, wow. That's a mistake. That's a huge scalp for Mezzi to put. Wait a second! Oh, they can't lose this! From Shiro, he's saving them. A nice leg shot though onto Magix. The bodyguard, humble to 10 HP. Zywoo throws his AWP on his back to bring him close the gap. Shiro's gone!
This was the moment for Vitality to show why they made the roster swap that they did, and it paid off. Robs goes absolutely mental in map 1, Zywoo in map 2, and the IGL to top it off the ratings in the final map. It wasn't even close. Vitality dismantled Spirit, claiming their first trophy of the year and cementing this team as one to be feared, and feared they would become. This would begin what will go down in CS history as one of the most dominant years of Counter-Strike. Vitality would go on to win 6 more tournaments in a row. ESL Pro League 21, Blast Lisbon, both IEMs Melbourne and Dallas, and to cement the Grand Slam. And now, laid out in front of them was the first major of the year, Blast Austin. One thing I have failed to mention is that Vitality was on an impressive 30-match streak, passing Team Liquid's 23-game streak in 2019, putting them as the second highest streak behind the old NIP squad from back in 2012, who hold what is basically an unbeatable 60-game win streak. You know what they say though, you can't win them all. The streak would come to an unexpected end when Vitality would lose their matchup of Stage 3 against Legacy in a best-of-1. 13-3 on Inferno of all maps, the map that had been Vitality's playground. Not the strongest start to the major, but also a sign of relief because now the pressure of the streak was lifted off of their shoulders and they could just focus on what mattered most, winning the major. Vitality would shove off that loss to Legacy and get back to winning, taking down every opponent that entered the map till there was just one left. The finals would see the Mongols trying to take on Vitality. Mongols came out hot though in map 1 on Mirage, with 9-10 hitting a crazy op play on the defensive A, securing them a stomping victory of 13-5, not even dropping a single round on the CT side. But hey, Rops didn't leave FaZe to continue coming in second at the majors. He came for the trophy. Dust 2 and Inferno would be a slaughter on the Mongol side. Vitality dismantled all the momentum they had built up on Mirage and silenced the crowd. This major was Vitality's to win, and that is exactly what they did. 7 straight tournaments in a row, with one being a major. In just the first half of the year, they had already surpassed both their 2023 and 2024 years, with plenty more tournaments to go. This was looking like it could be one of the most dominant years of CS.
And it is not to be. So it is the bees. Today is the day of Vitality.
Vitality would take a month break after the major and would not reappear till IEM Cologne. All eyes were still on them though. Every team was looking to take down the champs. Regardless, the 7-win streak was about to come to a close. Cologne was the first crack in the armor of Vitality. Mouse would finally get the better of Vitality and deliver a quick 2-0 in the semis to send them home. This was the start. And when I say slump era, I don't speak as if Vitality became bad all of a sudden. They were still a dominant roster with serious firepower. It's just now teams were able to capitalize on some of their weaknesses. And Blast Bounty Season 2 would be no different, with another 3rd to 4th place finish, followed by the EWC where Vitality would drop out early. No time for rest in Counter-Strike though, on to the next as they flew from the Esports World Cup to London for the Blast Open. Vitality would finally make it back to a finals appearance, but were unable to overcome a hot G2. Now, right at about a month from their loss to G2, Vitality was refreshed and ready to get back to their winning ways. They started the Pro League strong with some stellar victories against Gamer Legion and Ho2, which then led them back to that rematch against G2. But history would not repeat itself on this day. Vitality with a quick 13-2 on Inferno and an OT victory on Mirage to best G2 2-0. Now with that hurdle jumped, the finals were in sight, but this time an eager Falcons awaited them. Another best of 5 series that Apex was not going to let slip through. It was a brutal 3-0 victory for Vitality though, with Falcons showing very little light. Finally, Vitality was able to claim trophy number 8 for the year, but not only that, they were able to also show the world that slump or not, they were here to stay. The only problem was that the competition had gotten stronger, and their name was Furia. And in the finals of IEM Chengdu, Vitality would come face to face with the new #1 team. While the matches were close, it was a clean sweep for Furia, with Vitality allowing Ancient through, a map that they had never even played in the whole entire season. I mean, it was their insta-ban for a reason. But it is tough to go up against a team like Furia when they have such a deep map pool. As it always does though, it would come down to the major. Nothing else would matter. If Vitality could go back to back, a feat that only a few had ever achieved, and the ultimate challenge for any team to solidify themselves as one of the greats, and Apex and crew had that sight on their mind. Just like Austin before, Vitality would come out of the gate missing in Stage 3 with a first round loss to FaZe, who had been battling their way through the major since Stage 1. As I also said before, just like in Austin, they would then go on to claim the next 3 matches, setting them up in the playoffs. Their first match would be against the Mongols of all people, who had recently had a member of their squad step away from competition. Using this advantage, Vitality would then make quick work of the Mongols and move on to their toughest opponent, Team Spirit. They were coming off of a victory over the Falcons. Spirit was looking to make the hardest major playoffs run. With failing members of Spirit stepping up their game, it was looking like Vitality might not make it. Spirit would start off strong though on Mirage with a quick 5-0 start. Vitality's T-side was looking weak and outclassed. They would at least get 4 at the half and was in desperate need of a pistol round win. But Spirit was not giving an inch as they claimed the pistol and the next 2 rounds, making it 11-4. It was do or die time for Vitality as they clawed their way back from a 12-6 deficit to bring the game to OT. In OT though, Vitality's determination would get them the map win, winning 19-17. And at this point, Spirit were looking shook. Letting that game slip away was the nail in the coffin. Vitality though was not letting off the gas on Dust 2, and they made Donk look useless as they cruised their way to a 13-8 game and series win. Now in the finals versus Rob's former team FaZe was unexpected to say the least. FaZe, who was on a miracle run from being 0.4 seconds away from elimination in Stage 1 all the way to the grand finals. This was the moment for both Vitality and FaZe. For one, it was the combination of a whole year. the fight to be the best team in CS history, and the other, a struggling season that blossomed into a final stand, pushed to prove that their fans that they still got it. FaZe would come out of the gate with another impressive showing on Nuke, making quick work of Vitality 13-6. But honestly, that was all they had to give. I'm not going to bore you with the rest because it was a clean sweep from then on for Vitality. FaZe did put up a fight on Inferno, but Mezzy, he shut that down quick. And Overpass was FaZe's last chance, but Robs was about to go demon mode, dropping an impressive 2.89 rating, the highest of his career. This moment right here, the back-to-back, is the combination of all of those changes that happened. The questions as to why Robs would leave a team like FaZe. Is Apex even worthy of being an IGL, or should he just hang up the cape? Vitality are the team of 2025. There is no question about that. 9 trophies, 2 majors, and a record-breaking streak. No team in 2025 came close. A team that had just come off of one of its worst years in 2024, the turnaround is literally insane. It goes to show that sometimes one change is all you need to turn your team around. Whether you say that Astralis or Vitality had the better year, all it comes down to is that the year 2025, Counter-Strike has never been better. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see other content like this, consider subscribing to the channel. And while you are here, let me know down in the comments below who you think had the better year. And also, if you want to be a part of the GGN squad, you can always join our community Discord. Links will be in the description below. I'll catch you next time.